This one is going to be very interesting for your liking. You know what I'm saying? Now, there were two articles that were released, right? Uh, and there is actually two narratives. Remember, I said to you, it's funny that there is a narrative of the Kumalos and there's a narrative of the police, right? The article that was released was that look, Senzo Meyiwa died while trying to protect Ukeli Kumalo, right? The police says no. Senzo Meyiwa died while he was trying to leave. They said based on this angle, it paints a clear picture that the man was trying to leave the house. He was not necessarily protecting anybody in the house. Now, the reason that makes a lot of sense today, you know what I'm saying, it's because of what is happening what is happening in court. There were lavi-davi, that's according to Zande Kumalo. Do you remember all of those things there? And then Bomtogo saying that Senzo Meyiwa had pinned one of the intruder against the door. And then you remember most about who's this guy? Longwe Twala says, look, Senzo Meyiwa died while protecting Kelly Kumalo. You know what I'm saying? Because these men were manhandling Kelly Kumalo. And we asked the question to say, wait, how did you see it? How did you know? Because you ran away. Do you remember us? Do you remember all those things? Now, I'm going to show you something. Wow, look, you must remember, people once told us this story. Now they are changing, telling us this story, but we are expected to believe them anyhow. So I am starting this from where it started so that you can understand when we say they are lying to us. You know what I'm saying? You will understand what we are saying when we say they are lying to us. So today, please, take your popcorns, take a chair, relax, close the door if the children are disturbing you. If you're in a car, you know what I'm saying, open your music, open the speakers a little bit louder. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you are, you need to open this a little bit louder because you need to hear everything so that you can understand that there is something off here. Something is fishy here. We're about to get into this journey. Are you interested? Then please stick around. As you stick around, there's only one favor that I'm requesting from you guys, and that favor is that you subscribe, you like the video, and you do comment in the comment section below. Why do you need to do all of these nice things, good people? You need to do it because doing it does help out a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm to promote and spread this video to as many people as possible. That's a broken record, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep saying the same things, you know what I'm saying? But people don't subscribe. I don't know why. But I must say that things are changing. When I first announced the fact that 73% people are not subscribed, I've seen it changed. It moved down to 67.1. Now we are on 66% of people who are not subscribed. We're going to take that number down to 50%. We will make sure that we will take that number down to 50%. We also need to like the video. It's free of charge. Comment, it's free of charge. Share the video. It's free of charge. You know what I'm saying? You also need to watch the ads. It's free of charge. So yes, doing all these things is free of charge. Also, join, become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. I must also say thank you to the people that have sent some, what is this thing, super thanks, the button next to subscribe. So I think yesterday I saw about 14 Rand. I haven't commented, I will comment, but I appreciate that as well. Thank you very much. Now, there was an article released by IOL. It was released on the 27th of October 2014. It was released by Mark Gleason, right? Mark Gleason. I'm gonna link this article in the video description. I know I did say I'm gonna link an article, and then somebody said that article I linked the wrong one. Go and check. You will find the right one. I rectified that one. Right. Now, the heading says, Bafana Captain Senzo Meyiwa was shot dead by intruders when trying to protect his girlfriend during a robbery at her home near Johannesburg, officials said on Monday. That was the 27th of October. Senzo Meyiwa had been shot on the 26th of October. Look, that was Sunday night. On Monday, we got told that, okay, this incident happened because look, Senzo Meyiwa was protecting his girlfriend, being Ukeli Kumalo, right? No problem, we'll take that. Now, the article says the 27-year-old Orlando Pirates goalkeeper died on Sunday after suffering a single shot through the chest at the home of his girlfriend, Kelly Kumalo, actress and singer in Infor. Now, the story then goes on. This is now this is the police now, or whatever, whosoever was speaking. We'll get into that person who was speaking. Now they say, 2 guys entered the house and demanded cell phones and money and other. Now, wait, and other valuables. You didn't hear this. And you need to hear this. I need to repeat this. 2 guys entered the house and demanded cell phones, plural, money, plural, like cell phones, comma, money, and other valuable. Provincial Community Safety officials Sizagele Nkosi Malumbane told reporters at the scene. Now, wait. I'm interested on this one. These intruders got into that house, demanded 1, cell phones, 2, money, 3, and other valuables. Now, it's quite interesting that the story has changed. You know, I am saying to you, we're seeing police starting to speculate. You know what I'm saying? It's so interesting that they've got all the resources to investigate a matter. But in this particular case, police speculate. If they're not speculating, then they are lying. As if that was not enough, Kulega, I'm going to take you through this journey. It's quite interesting. It's quite telling, right? In the story that is being told by Zandi Kumalo, Tumelo, Togo, people who were in that house. The story is that these intruders got into the house, requested cell phones and money. The other valuables, it's no longer mentioned. So what happened to these intruders demanding the other valuables? You know what I'm saying? Do you understand that in this story, everybody was saying whatever they wanted to say just so that we can stop following the case? Do you understand why it is important to look at things where it started and look at things where it is? Because from where it started, it was a case of these intruders demanding cell phones and money. Cell phones, comma, money, and other valuables. Now, if I'm being fair to you, and then I began to ask this simple question: what happened? Who is dealing with the other? I'm interested on the other valuables. That is my biggest interest. What happened to this other interest? You know what I'm saying? Other valuable things. What happened to that story? When we say this is scripted, this is fabricated, you know what I'm saying? I don't care who's involved. I don't care who says what. This is fabricated. The story is not storing. People are lying. Story keep changing. You know what I'm saying? Now, 2 intruders got into that house. Ntapseng was outside. But why do we have 5 people? We have 5 people. Why do we have 5 people? It's getting interesting. Constable Zungu is lying here. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. This from a police, provincial community safety official, Sizakele Nkosi Malubane, yes, told the reporters at the scene. Now, this is what they said. Senzo tried to protect Kelly because one of the men had a gun pointed towards her. Did I not do a video where police, hey guys, it's so funny. Who saw that? Hey, the story. Did I not do a video where police said the following? That Senzo Meyiwa, guys, Did I not say that this was not a hit? That was from the police. Because, this is what they said, because these people, when they pointed the firearm, they did not point the firearm at a specific individual. Hey, my dad. But here, we hear from the official, a police official saying these intruders had pointed a firearm to Kelly Khumalo. Do you get where we're going with this thing? You don't understand this. Now, I'm going to take you in the words of Kelly Khumalo, of Zandi Khumalo during the testimony. It's under oath. You can go and listen to it. It's there on YouTube under SAPC. I don't know other newsroom, but you know most how we follow the case of Senzo Meyiwa. It's on YouTube. Go and listen to what Zandi Khumalo said about this incident. The intruders there never pointed at a specific individual. You know what I'm saying? Never. It never happened. Listen to Tumelo when he narrates the story. The intruders never pointed a firearm to a specific individual. Listen to Mtogo when he narrates the story. The intruders never pointed a firearm at a specific individual. So where do we get the idea that when they go into the house, they pointed the firearm at Kelly Khumalo? Where do we get that idea? How do we substantiate? Where is the evidence to substantiate that? Because the people who are in the house are saying, no. This intruders got into the house and pointed the firearm at everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, do you see now already two things that doesn't make sense already? Number one, they requested cell phones, money, and other valuable things. But we check the story that they were requesting other valuable things. It's not there when the people in the house are narrating the story. So who's lying here? Number two, they pointed the firearm at Kelly Khumalo, but that story is not substantiated by by the testimony that is coming from everybody that was in that house. Where did the police official get that information from? Because clearly it's not from. Do you see where we're going with the story? Do you see that somebody's lying broad daylight? It's funny when the women and men in blue uniform starts to lie to us, and that's what we don't like. Now they say, police on Sunday said men entered Khumalo's house at 8 p.m. A third waited outside the house, and all three fled immediately after the shooting. Wow! Wait. This is getting so interesting. It makes me feel so excited. You know what I'm saying when I say these things. Now, wait. So, according to police, there were three people that went that house. No problem. Why? Let's hear me out here. Three people, right? Understand you have how many people? So, these two, what are they doing? Because they were not there. These two, what are they doing? According to the police, then on the 27th, Senzo Meyiwa is shot on the 26th of October. But on the 27th of October, we are told that there were three people. One was waiting outside. Then the two went inside the house. We're going to take that. But then we're going to ask a question. We have five people. What are they doing? These other two, what are they doing? You need to tell us. Number two, on that matter, Ntapseng was outside, right? Ntapseng collaborate this story now. She said that when the first bullet went out, number one, there was one person that went running. When the second bullet was shot, two people went running. The third bullet that was shot, there comes Zandi Khumalo after that third bullet. No, okay, leave that. Tumelo said I'm talking about things that was said in 2023 as we are listening to the case. Tumelo said he went out to smoke with Mtogo. As they were outside, they went even outside the house, outside the yard where there's electricity box on the street. They never saw anybody there. You know what I'm saying? So now you have the story of two intruders, three people, five people. Guys, we cannot be robbed nor fooled broad daylight. This is them fooling us broad daylight, and we're not going to accept that. You know what I'm saying? We're not. Not we as the tribe. We will interrogate the truth until we get to the bottom of the truth. And funny enough, we are using their own words It's them against their own words. We're not like going and digging and asking. No. It's what they say, what came out from their mouth. Now they continue to say, all right, Meyiwa was declared dead. Meyiwa was declared dead on arrival at hospital, said the police. But Fanabafana coach Ibrahim Mashabakon Oloko confirmed the several of Meyiwa's teammates who arrived at the hospital not long after the shooting. We can assure all South Africans that we will do all we can to bring Meyiwa's killers to book. The South African Police Service said in its Twitter account, offering a reward of 150,000 rand. Now, I'm gonna go now into the what police said. This one, I'm gonna do two articles, right, all at once. Now here, the first one, please note that in this first article, written by Mark Grison, published on the 27th of October 2014, speaks about the person that is now speaking here. I want you to notice, take note of this. The person that is speaking here is Sizakele Nkosi Malubane, told the reporters. She was on the crime scene because Sizakele, I will assume, based on what we know, is a woman. Based on what we know in African culture, Sizakele Bongane, the male, Sizakele should be a female. So let me assume this is a female, and also considering the fact that she's got two surnames, there are two surnames that are appearing there. So I will assume that's a female. Now, so notice that the narrative we are getting, or the points that we are getting from what she said, is that there were three people, right? Two intruders went into the house. The other one waited outside. Number two, the person pointed the firearm at Kelly Khumalo, right? Which is, we already said that there's no substantial evidence to back it up. You know what I'm saying? So what the people who were in the house have told us, it's completely different from what she has already told us. I will assume it's she. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into this journey together. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be an interesting one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to link this article as well in the description below so you can get it yourself. Save this article. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, yeah, so he died trying to protect Kelly Khumalo. There was a firearm that was printed to Kelly Khumalo, and you know what I'm saying? Oh, wait, we'll take that, but we will need to scrutinize that because clearly you guys, you and the truth, it's two different things. So now that we know, okay, these people have got a capability of lying to us, we are saying, no, we're going to have to interrogate that. Right. Now, let's get into this one. There was another article that was released. This article was released by Infor It's Infor Life. Published on the 27th of October 2014. The other article was published by somebody else. This one is published by somebody else, but on the same date, under the same media house. IOL. The article was Bafana Captain Senzo Meyiwa was shot as he moved towards the door of the house where attackers had entered, said the police. Now, listen carefully here. The deceased, this is the police. The deceased, when he was shot, had moved towards the door when the shot was fired. Gauteng Detective Unit Major Jen Norman. Now, you've got the community, the development, Sizakele. Yes, Sizakele had told us a complete different story. But this one says, no, he was on the kitchen on his way out. Wait. At this moment, he hasn't said anything that is contradicting the first person. But let's proceed, because as we proceed, that's where you're going to pick it up that, wait a minute, but who's telling us the truth here? Right, don't rush this one. Now they say he was, now listen, this is specific. Remember, The first one told us that Lled Senzo Meyiwa died protecting Kelly Khumalo because the other intruder had pointed a firearm at Kelly Khumalo, right? Which was never substantiated. There is no substantial evidence to prove that. But on the second one, get into this one. He was not protecting any specific person at that moment. That is from the statement. Now, Majen Nomen says he was not protecting any specific person at that moment. Another person was struggling with the attacker at the door. Now, wait. Right there. Senzo Meyiwa, we are told, he had pinned one of the intruder against the wall. It was him against the intruders, right? But here, we are being told he was not protecting any specific person at that moment. Another person was struggling with the other attacker at a door. All right, but then let's work on this one here. He was not protecting any specific in the house. So you've got two people. The detective says, no, this person was not protecting anybody. And the local community safety what development there says, no, he was protecting Kelly Khumalo. You know what? Somebody here is playing us, and we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the matter. But I'm going to tell you this. We already can see that somebody here is lying to us. Now we already see that the story of intruders really had never been there, right? Nobody entered that house. No one that Docket 375 said people that are in that house need to be arrested. They are the ones that they did this dirty work. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's continue. Earlier, there had been report that Meyiwa had protected his girlfriend, Kelly Khumalo, from being shot by the robbers. The two men entered Khumalo's house in Vosloorus, Ekurhuleni, on Sunday night as Meyiwa and his friends were leaving. Now, as they were leaving, there is something that also we need to interrogate here, that they were leaving. We're saying, okay, that is not substantiated as well. You know why I'm saying that? Because if you listen to what we are being told as of now by or what we were told by Zandi Khumalo, Thokozisi, and Tumelo, there is the narrative is not the same. The narrative is that they were drinking, having fun. Do you remember? The prosecutor, not the prosecutor, the defense lawyers having to ask what happened to the alcohol. To remember, Uguti, the story that is painted by the public figure, Mapopola, Zandi Khumalo, was that as they were busy drinking alcohol, she was busy removing cans. At the time, or at the time when the intruders were getting in that house, at the time when they got into that house, right? Zandi Khumalo was Kelly Khumalo was the one standing, telling a joke. Please pay attention to this one. It is being mentioned. Go, you will find it. It's on record. Zandi Khumalo says, at the time when these people entered, Kelly Khumalo was the one standing, and she was telling a joke, and the joke was about a specific church that she will not like to make. She will not like to mention. Do you remember that? So, if you follow that narrative given by Zandi Khumalo, nobody was living in that house, right? Senzo Meyiwa was not living in that house. Yes, they do make mention of the fact that they were about to leave. There was something mentioned either by Mtogo Tumelo or Zandi Khumalo, but at this time of the intruder entering the house, nobody was leaving the house. You know what I'm saying? As it is being painted that he was leaving the house, it was as if like it was a coincidence. As he was leaving, you know what I'm saying? As he was leaving, then the intruders were also coming in. Do you see that we are painting such a narrative that it was just a coincidence? You know what I'm saying? But if you follow the narrative of Tumelo, to be specific, followed Tumelo's testimony. Tumelo then said, when they got into the house, as they left Senzo in the house, Mtogo and Tumelo went and smoked outside. When they came back, there was already a fight in the house. Now, if you follow this thing very carefully, right, the person that got into that house and the mood changed to us after the arrival of Longwetwala. Now, we are told that Longwetwala got into that house and never greeted anybody. If you think it's me fabricating this, go and listen to the testimony of Tumelo and Mtogo. Longwa got into that house and never greeted anybody. And then he was given food by Lokondombi Kumalo, being Zandi and Kelly Kumalo's mother. But that's the person that also, when he got into the house, things changed. Mtogo leave, and then when he come back, there's already a fight that is already happening in the house. Now, so who is telling us the truth here? Somebody is lying. Now I keep saying this. It's a pity when men and women in blue uniform lies, because now let me tell you this. Usually, what happened in any event, any criminal event that occurs, and the media goes there to interview the police as to what happened, police will tell you, police don't speculate. If they are not sure of what happened, they keep quiet and they say, we are investigating. As we investigate, should we come to a conclusion, we will let the public know. Police don't speculate. In this case, we see if they are speculating, they should be charged for speculation. Because police don't speculate. Why? Because they've got the resources to investigate a matter. That's their number one responsibility, is to investigate and find fact. I can speculate, but not police. Police do not speculate. In this case, you are to tell me this, that whosoever uttered any contradictions here must be held accountable. Hey, whosoever said things that were contradictory, either the detective or Sizakele is lying. One is lying. You know what I'm saying? When are we going to see such people being held accountable for lying? Do you see what I'm trying to say? There's something, somebody's not telling us the truth, but let's continue. Now, they continue to say, the detective, Senzo and his friends were leaving the house. Senzo and his friends were leaving the house when the two attackers entered the house. One of the attackers bumped into the first friend and scuffle occurred. Now, that's another problem. That's another problem. That's another lie that I don't believe. The story that we are being told here, again, I've just proven to you, based on the testimony given on the stand, was that they got inside the house while Kelly Kumalo was standing telling a joke. Now, I will even remind you, Zandi Kumalo tells us that when these intruders, because she was busy making a joke about a particular church, when the intruders got in, she was the one standing. This issue of living doesn't make sense according to what we are being told. Either Zandi is lying or the police are lying. I'm afraid most of them, police have got no right to lie. Even if it's not under oath, police do not have a right to lie. Right? They need to investigate and release facts to the public. Zandi Kumalo, if she lies under oath, she must be charged for perjury. Who is telling us the truth? Because what we know here is that when the intruders got into the house, because Kelly was standing, she ran. And then miraculously, a fiction. She ran into the bedroom house. First bullet was fired. She came back. What an audacity. She's got a bulletproof. Normal people will go and hide for their lives. You know what I'm saying? But this one came back. Right? Now, she was standing. She was telling a joke. They were listening to the joke. They were laughing to the joke while drinking alcohol, while having fun. Now we are being told they were leaving. Hey, guys, wake up. Wake up. People here, they want to deceive us broad daylight, and we're not going to accept that here. We are going to get to the nitty-gritty of the matter. And I'm going to tell you this. It's not going to be fun. We're coming for them, right? And we're not going to investigate them like sending the private investigators. No, we're going to weigh every word from them. But out of it, we will get the truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that is exactly what we're about to do in this YouTube channel. I'm going to tell you this. You see what I'm showing you now? It's part and parcel of the investigation. I'm still going to give you more. That's why I said to you, you need to watch all the videos that I'm about to release, because all of them, they are showing you something about what is currently happening. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. So now, earlier there had been report, let's leave that one. The two men entered the Khumalo's house in Vosloorus on Sunday night as Meyiwa and his friends were leaving, he said. Now, Senzo and his friends were living in the house. When the two attackers entered the house, one of the attackers bumped into the first friend. A scuffle occurred, or in short, right. The attackers demanded cell phones and money, Tyler said. He said rumors that crime was a hit on Meyiwa were untrue. Well, wait. Now, when people said this was a hit, they said police were very much quick to dismiss that. Yeah. That was not true. Now, come. I told you. If you lie, you tend to forget that you lied, and now you say the second lie, you forget that there was the first lie. Now, wait. In the current stand, where Constable Zungu, the liar, is testifying, he tells us that this was a hit. You know, these were hitmen. Hitmen do what? Hit. You know what I'm saying? What we have gotten from the stand was that these were hitmen. And accused number 3 is serving a life, is serving woman 16 years in prison, or 12 or 16 for the Alexandra taxi boss of killing that man. Accused number 5 is serving probably 37 years, if I'm not mistaken, for taking people's lives. So that's equate to a hitman. What is not yet been proven is accused number 1, 2, and 4. Look, but for now we are being told. Now what Constable Zungu has done, has painted a picture that all of them had been involved in the job of a hitman, right? Follow the trend, right? Now, remember that when AfriForum got into the picture, being called by the Meyiwa family, they released a statement, and the statement was saying that even police says it was a hit. Now they said we needed to arrest the mastermind. Right. Now the mastermind has not been arrested, but they arrested these 5 people because the incident was a hit. The question is, when did they got the new revelation? When people said it was a hit in the beginning, they were told, yay, stop believing lies. Those are lies. Now, the table have changed. We are now supposed to believe that this was a hit on him. But even then, guys, this is getting so interesting. It gives me this excitement of presenting this to you. Now, let me remind you what happened. Colonel Stale Lambastas give his testimony. I'm saying something that is on record as well. 2023. Colonel Lambastas get into the stand. He's a cell phone mapping expert at the South African Police Service. He gets there, and what he did was that he paint a picture that there was a communication between accused number 5 and Kelly Khumalo, and they painted the picture that accused number 5 is a hitman. So there was a conversation between accused number 5 and Kelly Khumalo. There was a conversation between Kelly Khumalo and the others as well. So the picture that has been painted was that these were hitmen that went to obliterate Senzo Meyiwa. So if you take that, follow that very carefully. If that was a hit on Senzo Meyiwa, we say we're going to take that. But then police in the beginning had rejected that this was a hit. When did police change their mind? Who changed police minds? And that now we must accept the idea that this was a hit. Do you understand that somebody is playing us here? Somebody is not telling us the truth. Do you understand that they have fabricated the story here? Do you understand why the defense are so into the idea that the evidence that is said to have been found was planted? Do you understand now why? Because today the police says this, tomorrow they said that. Today the police, the Kumalo says this, tomorrow the police contradict exactly what the Kumalos are saying. 2 intruders, now we've got 5 people. A revolver, now we've got a 9mm. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do you see that somebody is playing us? Now, so you guys, you really need to stick around. All the videos that I'm about to release, they are showing you something that happened in the past, and then they change, and then the change is not explained to us, but we're supposed to believe them. No, we don't forget. The internet don't forget. You know what I'm saying? Now, listen to the men, detectives. Listen to what they say. They said. Now, okay, let me give you context. He said, rumors that the crime was a hit on Meyiwa were untrue. Now he says, we do not have evidence which suggests that this was a contract killing or a hit on Meyiwa. There was no gun aimed at there was no gun aimed specifically at him. Let me work on this point. Now, I said to you guys, hitmen works in this way. They get into this house. They know who they are there to destroy. What they do, they just go straight to the man, releases the magazine, empty the magazine on that person, leave. If it means that they need to shoot the other people in this house, that's exactly what they will do. But they don't miss. They don't go there and rob a cell phone, money, and other valuables. They go there, finish their mission, leave. Whether there's money, there's cell phone, there's car, they leave everything. We have seen them. You can go even on SAPC. There was a program that used to tell us about hitmen, how they work. They are not there to take your monies and cell phone. But suddenly, you know what I'm saying? Suddenly, there is a 360 U10. This was a contract killing and blah, 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 blah. And then still, it's not substantiated that how come, if it was a contract killing, then how come we have what we have right now, where we see, where this type of intruders, according to what the story that is being narrated, they got into that house. Now, remember the picture that I've painted about hitmen, that those guys, they are not playing. They get there, they do their job, and they leave. They don't stay there. You know what I'm saying? And let me remind you, there was a businessman that was shot in Free State, in Northwest. That guy, I don't know if I'm using the right word, but the word that we know is that is an albino. So he's a black guy who happens to have this white skin. Now, he was shot in front of a restaurant. Do you remember that? If you notice that guy, he had a cell phone. He was busy on his cell phone, right? But when that guy came in, he just gone into that car, he releases the magazine, he doesn't even take his cell phone, and then he flee the scene. Those are hitmen, right? Now that you have got the picture of hitmen, now this type of hitmen, they get into the house, they ask cell phones, they ask money and other valuable. Now today we're supposed to believe that accused number 1 to 5 are those type of people. Now, Zungu tells us that these are hitmen, but the hitmen that got into that house and asked cell phones, money, and other valuables, and then we were told that it was a robbery gone wrong. The police says it's a hit. It's a hit. You know, do you get what I'm trying to say? Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? That somebody is lying to us. When did the story change? And if it has changed, then the incident as it is narrated, it does not suit the criteria of a hitman. It doesn't. These people got into the house according to the story of being told by Dumelo Mtogo and Kelly Kumalo. Zandi Kumalo. They got into that house. What they did into that house, they got overpowered, they got beaten. Can you do that to people who are armed? They don't do nothing to you. They don't injure you. They just allow you to do as you please. That's why we've been saying something is fishy here. Somebody is not telling us the truth. What we are saying, what we are hearing right now, it is not the truth. It is not what we're supposed to be hearing. The truth is have not yet been spoken. And what we want is the truth, nothing but the truth. Let's go on with the article. So that you can understand that here somebody is lying us. Now somebody is lying to us. One shot was fired inside the house and 2 more were fired randomly outside. Wait, again, that's another lie. What we've heard on the stand so far is that the first firearm was discharged inside the house. The second, look, that's the story that we are told by Tumelo Mtogo and Zandi. When the firearm was discharged and the bullet went out, Zandi Kumalo ran into the bathroom where she was squatting. Tumelo ran into the bedroom where he found a young child lying there. Now, who's the other guy name? I forgot the other person. Look, Togo ran. Now, when the second bullet that killed Senzo Meyiwa was fired, they were already out. They ran. The person that was there was Kelly Kumalo, Zandi Kumalo, look, the 2 intruders, and Makumalo. Right. So the second bullet was shot inside the house, right? From what we know, right? The third bullet, we don't know where it was shot. And then I asked the question. Do you remember me asking during the time when Mangena was testifying? I asked this question to say, okay, three bullets were fired, no problem. Now I said to you, you see, this is the house, right? If we're saying the other bullet that was found or was from the body of Senzo Meyiwa, then we need to be shown a picture where the other bullet was fired at. It's either in the wall, in the ceiling, on the floor. Now, do you see what I'm trying to say? Let me remind you, in case you don't get it now, so that you can get it. Mapopola Zandi Kumalo tells a story that when the first bullet was fired, it was fired on the ground. And look, that person shot on the ground, and as a result of that person shooting on the ground, the spark from that bullet hit Zandi Kumalo, look, just next to his neck. You see, it's the feet, and then somewhere it's the feet here. The spark hit Zandi Kumalo somewhere here and he was injured. Do you remember Advocate Mshololo asking a medical report for that incident? Do you remember Advocate Mshololo asking that question? Now you begin to understand that also what Zandi Kumalo said, they lied to us, right? 2 bullets were shot randomly outside, but only 1 bullet was shot in killing Senzo Meyiwa inside the house. Now, hey, I don't know if you see that this story, it's just not make sure. All of it, it's a nonsensical story that doesn't make any sense. It just proves beyond reasonable doubt that we are being lied to broad daylight. Right? Do you understand that? Because I asked this question. Find a bullet hole. On the ceiling, we need a picture. Mangena and Tabomosia must have shown us a picture where they saw that, okay, the bullet was fired here. This is where the bullet went. And they must show us a picture of that. If it is on the wall, we must see the wall, the bullet penetrating the wall. If it is on the ceiling, we must be able to find this bullet was fired in the house. There's only 1 bullet that went into the body of a human being. The other 2 bullets must be found somewhere in the house. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It shows that the story is fabricated because from what the evidence that we have in court so far, there's nothing that suggests that there was a bullet that was fired somewhere in the house. There's nothing that suggests that, right? Suddenly now we are told the bullet was fired randomly outside. Do you understand that somebody is lying to us? Now, let me show you something. Now, another interesting aspect as well. They said the attackers used a .38 revolver, so no cartridge were left at the crime scene. Now, it is quite important to notice this. The attackers used The words that is being said here, the attackers used a 38 revolver. Hence, there is no cartridge found on the crime scene. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. So, if that's the case, then what is accused number 3 doing there? Because accused number 3 was found with a 9mm, with a bullet amounting to 28, if I'm not mistaken, in total. Live ammunition amounting to 28. What is accused number 3 doing there? Because we were told back in, I told you guys, that you know the problem with lies. You say this, you forget that you said this, and then you go to the opposite, and then you say the opposite. What is accused number 3 doing there? You need to tell me. A revolver has got a wheel on the other side, while a 9mm doesn't have a revolver. And if you want to see a 9mm, go check the Metro Police. Usually they carry the 9mm, right? 9mm, they differ. Some they load, I forgot the number of bullets as well. They differ as well. But 9mm is a 9mm. The bottom line is that it is shaped in a particular shape. And then I think I need to put some pictures, you know what I'm saying? So you can understand. A revolver has got a wheel, you know what I'm saying? It has got a wheel, right? Now, we are told that as a result of this type of a firearm being used there, that is why there was no cartridge. But what has changed their mind that they now link accused number 3 to this whole thing? How come does accused number 3 link into the story? Say, for instance, you are saying that guys, let me explain this so that you can understand where we're going. If you are holding a firearm, right, a 9mm, and you are releasing a firearm is discharged, right? You are shooting. On the side, there's something that comes out of the side, right? Cartridge. It comes out of the side, and then the bullet is the one that goes out. Remember that's what they found. They couldn't find this thing that comes outside the bullet, outside the gun, on the side. You know what I'm saying? It's the gun. Then there's something that comes out here, right? To those who went to firearm, we're not gonna get into the exact names because we're just talking to general civilians, right? So they couldn't find that because it was a 38 revolver. Take that. Only one bullet that went from the body of Senzo Meyiwa was found next to the 2 jars. Do you remember the story? Ask this following question then. Okay, so you only recovered 1, and it wasn't. These people use a revolver. So the 9mm then that belongs to accused number 3. Where does it come to the picture then? Because nothing was found on the crime scene. Nothing. Nothing. No cartridge, nothing. What link accused number 3 to this crime scene? Guys, people are learning to lie. The problem is they are lying under uniform. Now they say, police are not in every house. The community must assist the police. National Police Commissioner Ria Piacha says she had set up a multidisciplinary team made out of forensic crime intelligence and visible police members to handle the case. Armed robbery and murder case was open. No arrest has been made. A reward of okay, let's leave that one. She said, what we normally look at this in the complexity of the matter. She says, it is important for us to resolve these cases, such as this one that have global appeal. It is important to speed up the investigation, but we deal with a lot of reward on a daily basis, she said. Quite evidently, you can see that the police are saying this, but the evidence that we get is a complete opposite. Listen to what we've got to understand. We've got accused number 1 to 5. We are told that there's a hitman, according to Colonel Lambastas Stein, who is a South African police mapping expert, painted a picture in front of everybody in this country that we are in front of us, we are looking at the people that really are dangerous in our society, and we say we will take that. Accused number 5 being one of them, having been sentenced in 37 years, serving 37 years in prison. We say we're going to accept that. We're supposed to believe that these are the right people, right? Constable Zungu said, when I was at the head office meeting Makubu and I forgot the other one, Makubu could not believe my testimony because Makubu had said, at the time you said this incident happened, I myself had arrested accused number 5. Accused number 5 was already in prison. If you are saying when you were with accused number 5, where? Because I arrested him, you are lying. Do you remember? It came from the mouth of Constable Zungu. I'm just showing you something, some other loopholes so that we can bring this piece together. Zungu had told us that he's a liar and the truth is not found in him. He had already shown us that at the time of the incident, when the incident happened, accused number 5 was already in prison, was already incarcerated for taking people's life. So when did you see accused number 5? Today, we're now supposed to suddenly believe that, oh, yes, oh, the state is working. In the words of Senzo Meyiwa's mother, she said, we all can see that people have bribed other people in this case. She said, we all can see that people have spent a lot of money in this case just to make sure that, look, we don't get justice. She said they have spent money bribing people, but instead of just supporting us as a family, they will not do that. They will do whatever it takes not to go to prison. But funny enough, they're lying. And you know what I hate? Is when the people that we trust the most, people that are supposed to be bringing law and order in our society, are the ones who are found wanting, are the ones who are found lying. We cannot accept the fact that, not in any day, can we accept the fact that people we trust so much speculate. I can speculate. No problem. People can accept that. Because I don't have the resources to investigate. But when when the men and women in blue uniform, with a marked vehicle of the state, guns provided by the state, resources to investigate provided by the state, starts to speculate, that becomes a serious worrying factor. When the story coming from the same people called, the same organization called SAPS, starts to contradict one another, what are we supposed to believe? Should we or are we going to have confidence in the South African Police Service? Is it possible for us to trust the South African, the men and women in blue uniform, if their stories contradict one another? So, yeah, with everything that is currently happening, where we currently seeing the inconsistencies within the South African Police Service, I've said it before that such things does not inspire confidence from the public. You know, in the article that I've read for you guys, they themselves did acknowledge that this whole thing, it appeals to a wider audience. People in other countries, they are very much interested in this thing. You know what that means? It means that, let me put this into perspective so that you can understand this. It means this. There are people who are hearing about South Africa for the first time. And such people, when they look at the way we deal with criminal cases, does it inspire confidence for them to just want to come and visit South Africa or not? I'll give an example. When I heard and saw certain videos that were trending about America. America is a country that I grew up wanting to visit, wishing to visit. But the moment I began seeing, sorry guys, I need to plug this. I forgot to plug this. Yes. The moment I began seeing videos of racism and how black people are treated, I never liked America. I never had the enthusiasm to really visit America. I will have a vacation probably before the end of the year. I know for a fact that I need to take my book tour, or I need to visit Kenya. But apart from Kenya, countries that I now prioritize over America, it is France, that has got high crime rate. But in terms of how black people are treated, I haven't had any negative things compared to America about France. Dubai, I haven't had any negative things compared to America. And because of that, I now wish to visit Dubai. It's on top of my list. Look, next year, before June, I would have visited these two countries, France and America. France and Dubai. I'm saying, what we see, the things that are happening had a negative impact in how I view America. How much more vice versa when people out there view South Africa and they are looking at how much or how long does it take for us to solve just this simple case? What negative impact does it have? Do you remember at some point that the Department of Tourism, they even wanted to advertise South Africa through Tottenham Hotspurs playing kids, you know what I'm saying? And they were going to spend billion. That is what Rwanda is doing. They advertising on Arsenal. I don't know. I think now that expired, and a lot of people went to Rwanda. You know why? We haven't had things such as the ones that we're hearing happening in Rwanda. If ever there was an opportunity for South Africa to market this country, it is with this local top trending cases that have got attention from other countries. The case of Dr. Nande Pamakutumane is supposed to be a case that we use to market South Africa. The case of Senzo Mewa is the number one. If ever there's a case that we're supposed to excel in terms of setting the bar high and inviting other people into this country, just by looking at how we deal with criminals, it is this case of Senzo Meyiwa. People were supposed to look at that case of Senzo Meyiwa and feel confident that even if they were to visit here and get robbed or killed in South Africa, justice will be saved to them. But as people look at what is happening on the Senzo Meyiwa case, the question that you and I will then have is, does it inspire confidence to people outside the country? Maybe let's leave people outside the country. To you as a South African, as a citizen in this country, does it inspire confidence to you, you know what I'm saying, in this country? If ever there's a case that they needed to make sure, it's the case of Senzo Meyiwa. You know what I'm saying? And it's not too late to do that. They can just decide that to say, let's restart everything here and set the bar too high. Police in this case, they are not helping in terms of advertising the policing department in this country. Instead of seeing police that are, you know how America is advertised. You know, in America, I don't know the works of FBI, but I can tell you this. If you were to ask me, who do I trust between the FBI and the South African Police Service? I don't have this thing to say, South African police. I cannot brag about South African Police Service. Why is it that I can brag about FBI that does not belong to South Africa? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Because of one, FBI, they've managed to sell the narrative of FBI the way they did it. Let's give props when it is due. They have done an excellent job in terms of selling FBI to us in movies, and also they've made sure that, look, even in America, when you follow things, whenever FBI get involved, you know that they will get their job done. You know what I'm saying? So they know when to involve FBI, and they understand that whenever we involve this institution, because we want it to be trusted, we need to involve it when it is necessary. You to get a point. And thus, in the world, they've promoted FBI, and they know how to manage the image of FBI. I think in South Africa, we were supposed to learn something like that, to say, how do we advertise the policing service in this country to other countries, to other people? Because Doing that, it makes them want to come to our country. But I'm going to give it a practical example. If you're following in my YouTube channel, I've got people from Swaziland. By the way, let me show the stats. The second most, or the second audience in my YouTube channel, they come from Botswana. Now I've got people from Swaziland, I've got people from Botswana, I've got people from China, I've got people from England, I've got people from America, I've got people from Sweden, I've got people from Slovakia and Sweden. I don't know, I think it's the same thing, but I don't know, yeah. Slovakia, I've got people from Israel, Namibia, they are here. You know what I'm saying? Israel, Namibia, Malaysia, I think they are also here. As they are looking at this, because now I'm not going to lie to them and say, wow, police are incompetent. I'm going to tell them the truth. The truth is that we have seen incompetent police. Out of all the police that have been there, I think only 3. And the rest are corrupt. Only 3 witnesses that so far we can trust. The number 1 on the list is Mchali. Mchali, guys, that police, I can trust that police. That police, give props to that police. Number 2, it is Colonel Lambastas, Stain Lambastas, right? Number 3, it is this guy that works with Mangena. He's a white guy as well. I forgot his name. Now, he sounded honest. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the police, Matebula, Mtetwa, Zondo, Dlamini, Mangena, Colonel Mhlahlo, so far, Constable Zungu, 7 police that I've counted already. We cannot trust them. Oh, Thabo Mosia, Hoibo, the list goes on and on and on. So if you're looking at the ratio, we're seeing bad outweighing good. So automatically people are most likely to lean or focus largely on the bad. You know what I'm saying? That affects the image of the country. So it would be pointless to go in England, in the English Premier League, sell South Africa in those t-shirts there, or those footballing t-shirts, while South Africa itself does not sell. Look, people in this country, they don't understand the importance of selling this country to the world. By the way we behave, you know what I'm saying? We must set the bar, we must set it too high. So much so that all the other neighboring African countries, because you must understand how people think of South Africa. I speak to people in Kenya, you know what I'm saying? I speak to people deep in Africa. They love South Africa. South Africa is on their number 1 list. They want to come to South Africa. So it tells you of how people view South Africa. Nota at some point made a comment when he said that South Africa is like America in Africa. Everybody wants to come here. You do get what I'm trying to say. So in a country where you have, or a country that has got a lot of attraction as far as all the other neighboring country is concerned, why don't you set the bar too high? In cases like this, I'm very much happy with what I'm seeing as far as the case of Dr. Nandi Pamakutuman is concerned. From the state point of view, though I'm not happy about the guy that died there, because the way he died, guys, no, I'm not happy with that. But in terms of the prosecutor, show the agility, the preparedness, the facts he lays on the table, it shows preparedness. It shows the hunger to deliver. For, I think it's his advocate Silo. I know. Props. The same energy that we are seeing in the case of Senzo Meya, in the case of Dr. Nandi Pamakutumane, it's the same energy that we should be seeing in the case of Senzo Meya, because it has got more tourist attraction, or it will bring more tourist attraction as opposed to the one Dr. Nandi Pamakutumane. Do you see what I'm saying? The scale, you know that the ones Senzo Meya will always come number 1. It has trended every day that when that case is on session, it trends. When the court is in session discussing Senzo Meya, it trends. And it usually trends number 1. It just shows you or tells you about the interest of people has never deteriorated in that case. You know what I'm saying? It has never ceased. A lot of people are more keen in that case. If we here in this country does not have confidence in our own, how do you think the other people out there view, do the South African policing service inspire confidence to people here? I mean, let's leave us, the civilians, general civilians. What about the members of the SAPS, the ones that wants to do good? Looking at the way things are done now, do they get inspired to do good? No. So I'm saying, with all of the things that I've just said now, I am simply saying the way we behave now, it determines the type of tourists that we might get in this country. The things that we do during the case of Senzo Meyiwa, it determines the type of tourists that are coming into this country. And you can't blame us for telling the truth and say, but you guys are contributing. Why don't you? We can't lie. We shouldn't lie. We cannot say, the police are working hard. They are not working hard. We should tell the truth as it is, and nothing more, nothing less. Police are not working hard. We are being deceived. But with that being said as well, I've also stated here categorically clear that I for one, I can tell you this confidently so, that there are police in this country that love their job. They do their job from the heart. You can tell even when they do their job that these people love what they are doing. But it's just that the ones that are corrupt also sit in high position and get to be highlighted, and we get to see the ones that are corrupt more often than the ones that are good. You know what I'm saying? I've made practical example in this video. Said to you guys, I've met police officers. And look, I was coming from Zonke Zizwe going up. I jumped the stop sign, and there was this police from a Foslorus precinct. He works for Metro Police. He saw me. You know what? What a policing. He gets there and said, my guy, you know what you did. Let's not fight over that. And I was busy begging him, please don't give me a ticket. And all, please. And he's like, no, man, I'm going to give you a ticket. He's not fighting, it's policing. He's not fighting me, he's just telling me I'm going to give you a ticket. And then he said, give me my license. I gave him my license. And then he just started writing a ticket. Cool, simple, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, he gives me my ticket and say, enjoy your day. He goes back to the car. That's policing at its best. I'm wrong. I'm not saying just because I'm wrong, I shouldn't be booked. No, I'm saying also the way the police behave. It just shows that nothing personal. You know, nothing personal. It's about the law. I broke the law. And because I broke the law, he booked me, gave me a ticket. I cannot falter such policing. And in fact, in as much as I didn't like having the ticket, but we should advocate for such policing. And I made an example that in Jimistin, at the time, there's this barrier line. It starts by being white, and then it becomes white. Once it becomes white, it means you shouldn't cross the barrier line. So there were cars here. I needed to off-ramp towards Joburg. And then there were cars here all over here. So I decided to not to off-ramp as early as the sign was saying. So as I was driving, then I see the off-ramp. And I drove until that barrier line. Then I crossed the barrier line. Then I met a Metro Police working for a Jimistin precinct. He's like, come here. And then he says, no, I know you went to driving school. I know you know the laws, but I also know that you have forgotten the laws. My responsibility as a police is to remind you that this, is to make sure that you keep the law. And I'm going to do that by giving you a ticket. How do you falter such policing? You can't fight such a person. He is doing it. That's policing at its best. So when we speak of policing, we are not saying we want police that are going to do us favors. No. We are saying we also recognize policing even whatever they are doing is against us. But we also recognize that this is policing at its best. We don't just bash police because we just hate police. No, we hate the policing method that are being used. It's not police. There's no integrity in what is being done. So we are against the integrity, we are against the cruelty, we are against, how best Bongane can you say this? We are against all of these things. We want to, when you see police, you want to feel safe that, you know what, those guys have got a lot of guns there, you know what I'm saying? We want to feel that, you know what, they will take care of business. You rob us now, they will respond. And If we can involve them now, oh, they will take care of business. But can we say the same thing with this type of policing that we are constantly seeing now, where we call police now and say there is a look, people are robbing a bank now, people are robbing a car, the car transport money, and we know. I've got a friend, when they were busy robbing a store. They received a call. Police went and parked at the corner. They saw the incident happening there. But they parked at the corner, waiting for the criminal to finish and run. And then the moment these guys ran, and then they started the siren, wing, 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 rushing to the crime scene. So, and this guy is sitting here with his car. He's watching them. You know what I'm saying? Just that didn't take a video. He comes back and he tells me, good, yeah, what I saw. Such things does not inspire confidence in us. You know what I'm saying? Having said all of this, guys, I'll see you on the next video. But until then, please take care.